For that one thing, for that one thing, for that one thing, I would never ever leave you. Talk to him. For that one thing, for that one thing, for that one thing, I would never ever leave you. You already know I got you. For that one thing, for that one thing, for that one thing, I would never ever leave. Follow the real aesthetic. That man got some jams. And it's a track addict. You already know what it is. And Theory has it. And all my music producers out there. Gotta fix the table, but she's a little wobbly McGobbly. For that one thing, for that one thing, for that one thing, I would never ever leave you. Woo-hoo. For that one thing, for that one thing, for that one thing, I would never ever leave you. That's for all my collective right there. Man, that's with me in music. It's hard for me to get tracks out of my head. It just is on constant loop. That's why I love my ancestors. Keep my creative side alive. And yeah, and popping, man. It just feels great. But what led me to this video is I was watching an A&E, WWF Rivals, I believe it's called, with Prince Jr. I think his name is Freddie Prinze Jr. He's the host, and he was talking about the rivalry between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. And they had a little rivalry back in the day. If you're a wrestling fan, and Shawn Michaels was asked the question, who's the better wrestler between the two of them? And without a doubt, he said Bret Hart, hands down, is the best wrestler. And then he was asked a question about performance, because when wrestling turned into an entertainment sport, I believe that's how you properly phrase it, a sports entertainer, right? Shawn Michaels said he was the better performer, like he just embodied it. And then my ancestors jumped right in my body and said, do a video, because that's you and Bret Hart blended in one. You're like a hybrid, you're technically good, like Bret Hart was known for his technical skills. He can get busy, Bret Hart was my man. And Shawn Michaels is my man as well. They were both very talented individuals, not taking away anything from any of them. It's just when you analyze it, just like being a sports fan, you have the statistics of each player, right? You're like, oh, well, he has better home runs and he has more. I was attempting to be technical. RBIs, I think that's called. Runs, RBIs, run base hits, something. Forgive me, but sport fans can go at it all day. It's just the same thing with wrestling. And so my ancestors jumped in my body to remind me that I just always have to be myself. And you naturally perform, you know what I mean? Because I'm still a little hesitant when I hear that word performing, because when I hear it addressed towards me, I ask myself deep inside, I'm like, am I a performer? Am I looking to be validated, to be loved? And I'm hearing that in some readings. I'm like, have I been trained to do certain actions to get someone's love? And I really had to ask myself that. Because remember, collective, when we do something so much, it becomes normalized. And for instance, I'm excited. Welcome back to another episode of Think Differently and No Filter. All right, with your boy Zodog, the realest show ever, hands down. We have no FCC. We don't worry about anybody telling us what to do. None of that. We're not gatekeepers. We're moving strategically. I love you, Moon. And we're not scared of these vampires. None of that. We're more powerful than that. So we're just going to do what we got to do. And we always have our power. We're claiming back our power just in case, because there's a lot of leeches out here that want to keep on sucking our power and claim what's ours, which is our inheritances. And I'm like, it's not yours. Sit the fuck back. Get your own inheritances, all right? Got evil ass family out here doing the damnedest and the most. I was like, you guys has been exposed. Just, but the karmic justice scales, the spiritual courts is telling me Paulie hand season. So, and Maji got the tea. Thank you again for everything. So when I hear the word performing, I ask myself, like, am I performing? I'm like, no. When I deeply analyze this, make sure it's not my ego and I'm not just being reactive. My answer is no. It's just I've always been just an animated person. And that's just what it is. So like when I was hearing the word performing, I guess I was attempting to not perform. And then I was realizing I was dimming my light because I embodied it all. You know what I mean? I'm not performing to be fake. So performing doesn't mean fake. So I just had to analyze those definitions. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to be me. Just be you. Don't be a people pleaser. Don't worry about having the setting right. Just be you. Jump right out there, right? So that's what we're embodying this time around. And we're also working on opening up our hearts more. And before I forget, I was talking about Shawn Michaels being the greatest performer in WWF and WWE, whatever the federation was at his time. He was just one of the best performers, sports entertainer in the wrestling field. So confirmation bitches. So when I heard that, my ancestors wanted me to do a video to remind the collective that it takes confidence to be yourself and to embody everything that you were gifted with without worrying about offending anybody. And that's the people pleaser within us all. And for years, I've always known I was the shit, and I've always known I've been very talented. And throughout the years, I would blend in because I felt like I would be like overshadowing people and I just wanted to get along with everybody. So there would be a lot of times when I reflect back on my life, the times that I just kept the Clark Kent outfit on. I was like, I could dominate in this. But nah, you know what I mean? Because by me being normal or, blending in, I was still being called out for being like superstar status. And I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. I'm just doing the bare minimum. And still got people copying me, wanting to be me and so forth. And that was ever since I was a young age. And so when you get wiser and then you realize all the players that were involved, it's very obvious about the Truman Show setup, especially when you find out more about your lineage. Wishing you well. If you know, you know. And how people were just attempting to do anything and everything to keep you in a state. Thank you, Light, for doing your video earlier. Follow Light if you know, you know, a spiritual community. How she was talking about people around me just knew that they wanted me to embody this energy of, I want you to know that you're not getting anything else from us. We're just going to treat you nastily, and this is all you're worth. It's like an energy that's been around forever. And I'm learning more about how the spirituality community works. There's levels to this shit, right? And then there's certain energies. Like, I highly recommend you watch the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington and the actor that played Casey Jones in the 1991 Ninja Turtles movie, the live action movie. If you know, you know. I don't know his real name, but he's in that movie as well. And it just talks about how spirits transfer from one vessel to another vessel. So there's a lot of NPCs within this matrix that is crumbling in front of our eyes, if it's not all the way over. Different spirits jump in these NPCs that could be family, friends, strangers, just to get the agenda done, to attach their energy towards you, to get you thinking a certain way so you can think in scarcity and lack and debt-mindedness. Oh, and first and foremost, collective, I went out on a date earlier today. Oh my God, you did? Yes, one of my neighbors wanted to take me to get a margarita, and my first instinct was to say no. Oh my God, a hermit saying no, huh? Yeah, how surprising. But then immediately I remembered what my angels told me. You're going to get an invitation soon to go out on a date to see how it goes so you can analyze who's who and whatever. And to get yourself to get familiarized or to get back into the groove of being around public people, right? Being back in public and socializing. I need that. So I was hesitant at first, but then I immediately had my ancestors tell me, Archangel Michael's like, you better go. So I had that butterfly feeling in my stomach. I was like, all right, fuck, all right. I don't really drink like that. And what was crazy was I was brushing my teeth. I used the Listerine, and I didn't eat anything, right? So when you go drinking. But it's whatever, it's a little date, so you know there's probably going to be food involved. But at the same time, I didn't smoke really either, so my appetite wasn't there either. So it was like an off-guard thing, but that's how God catches us, right? He's off-guard to test us if we're going to go or not, or we're going to stay in our same patterns in certain aspects. So I know this chapter, I got to get prepared to be around people because I'm going to be doing my damn thing, right? Helping people, so I'm going to be, bada bingits. Hey, can I get your autograph? You're so handsome. All that shit. I got to get used to the paparazzi once again, all right? Getting out the limousines all slow, just the one leg and shit. Like, oh my God, that's Alonzo, oh my God. Just legacy shit, right? Just the legacy shit. So I got to get used to that again, so I'm seeing all the synchronistic signs. But we literally go out. Oh, that's what it was. I was brushing my teeth. I used the Listerine. Didn't eat anything. That's what was very important. So after you use the Listerine, that's alcohol, right? So I tasted it. I was tasting the alcohol on my gum line. And if you're really sensitive to your body and what your body wants, especially during this phase, the planetary shifts, it's getting rid of a lot of things we no longer want. So the universe is testing us and see what programs we want to hold on to and what routines and so forth, right? So after I used my Listerine, I was tasting that alcohol. It was like extra insinuated with the taste. Like I normally don't taste it as heightened as normally, I just brush my teeth in the mornings, floss, use the Listerine. If your eyeballs start crying, that shit start burning. If your eyes ain't tearing up, then you ain't using the Listerine correctly. You gotta wipe the tears off your chin. Then you look in the mirror, and then your eyes are looking red like you just smoked a Fat J, right? Then you spit it in the sink. That's using Listerine correctly, and then you got the dragon breath, but it's a good way. You just, and it just feels hot and alcoholic and shit, and everything in your pores is all, just cleansing. You just cleanse your whole mouth and gum line. Oh man, I can French kiss a dragon right now. And not that dragon. Not that dragon. But you get what I'm saying. You just brave enough because you know your shit's all good. Your shit's good. So I did that, and then I was feeling the extra alcohol left over from the Listerine. And my body was telling me, yeah, we're not going to be drinking. You're done those drinking days. So literally, man, I went there. She was like, all right, I'll be ready in 10 minutes. So I was about to send her the last minute. And she texted me, was like, yeah, I'm not there yet, but do you want to catch a margarita or whatever? I want to know about your story. I was like, oh, baby J's. Let's see if it's some more Truman Show agent set up and see if what it is. So my body was letting me know that we're done drinking. So I was like, good, bet. Let's notate that, but I can't fake the funk and cancel on her at the last minute. So she comes to my window, like, hey, you ready yet? And I was literally just putting on the lotion and shit because I felt my skin getting extra crispy. When you get out them showers, if you don't got the shower filter, your skin gets crispy McGispy real quick. So you got to have that shea butter or some type of lotion. So I couldn't go out there looking like Ashy Larry in that bitch. Like I just rolled around in the gravel pit. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a fire and I was putting myself out, having ashy elbows. Like, yeah, I'm ready to go. So she was like, all right, no problem. So I was getting myself ready. The Garfieldism was kicking. I was like, you really want to go? But it was what it was. But she was treating too. I told her, I was like, shit, I just paid some bills. Keeping it official McGishel for all you people thinking, well, if you didn't want to go, would you treat? Kept it official McGishel. hey, you know what I'm saying? This last minute Mickey shit, you hitting me up on this stuff. I just paid rent and bada bings. But as long as if you treating, I'm down to go. And she hit me back real quick. Like, no problem. So I was like, all right, bet. I kept it real like I always do. Real deal, Holyfield. So I was like, bet. So this is where it gets a little Al Bundy-ish. So I get ready, jump out the apartment, my garments, you know what I'm saying? Looking and smelling fresh McGash, you know what I'm saying? Smelling good so I can eat myself. So I step out that There's wobbly tables, right? Sometimes I think it's the ancestors saying get to the point. But it's the wobbly tables. So I'm smelling fresh McGesh, right? Walking in slow motion, you know what I'm saying? Just walking in slow motion. Even the birds are just flopping, McGopping slow in the clouds and shit. So those are great days, like every day. So I'm walking in slow motion. A leaf almost catches me in the midriff because everything's slow motion. So I'm talking to her and the leaf almost catches in the mouth. I just felt the crispiness. I'm like, I forgot. When I walk, it's a slow motion soundtrack. So I slapped the leaf down and I snapped twice and then everything came back in real speed. You know what I mean? We ain't doing no Hollywood movie this time. So if the walk would have took extra long. It's only a 10-minute walk to the spot, right? So if it was slow motion speed, it would have been like 2 hours by the time we got there. So we didn't want to do that. It was good for the first few seconds. She was even stunned. I'm an asshole if I want to be. But no, I'm just joking. But for real. Garfield eyeballs, surprised. It's like me and my associate back in the day, we went to the supermarket with my other neighbor. It's during the summertime. So this is officially fall, right? We're getting close to it. So we're in the aisle, and I'm walking, just doing my thing, and this woman bumps into me. She turns around, like she's staring right at God and shit, what she was. And my associate next to me and shit, in the same aisle, he was looking at her, looking at me and shit. And I saw him peripheral vision. I looked at him too. And I was laughing because I know what it is. People be looking at me like that. The high vibrating frequencies get people stuck in their spot. So I did the 2 snaps again, you know what I'm saying? She's like, ain't no problem. I'm so sorry. I said, ain't no problem. Don't even worry about it, man. You good to go. And then she walked away, but she had her giraffe neck. She just kept on looking at me when she was walking forward. So she was about to walk into another aisle and shit, knock over some soup peas and shit. Knock over them sweet peas. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. and then he noticed it too. We just started laughing and shit. And he said something slick like, oh, she looked like she was on drugs. I was like, it doesn't matter what she looked like. She had the Garfield eyeballs and amazement, didn't she? He was like, yeah. Hate McGaden. He was hating McGaden. He threw in that Cal Ripken that comment and she was like, yeah, you look like she was on drugs. Like, it didn't matter what she looked like. But you know what she did look like, though. So that's what she looked like when I met her outside after I got myself ready. Put the shea butter on and shit. Sponsor. So all jokes aside, she's a sweet lady. So when we were walking, it's a little awkward because I really didn't have nothing to talk about because I'm testing to see if she's an agent or not. Because everyone I meet, I'm making sure if they work for the bangos or not. This is a Truman Show. Once they know, you know that they know who you are. So I'm like, all right, let me just test it. So, you know, I'm just letting her talk. And, you know, bada bings, just to keep it short and simple. And I was saying very minimal things, you know what I mean? And then by the time we get there, we're just sitting there, and then it's a margarita spot, by the way. I think I told you in the text message. So we ordered 2 margaritas and 2 waters. Because I'm like, I haven't drank in a minute, so I'm definitely getting water. And she ordered it first. She was like, let me get a margarita. The one she had on the menu. She was like, let me get this ghost margarita. And in my mind, I'm not a professional margarita drinker, so I'm like, I looked at the menu. I was like, let me just get the same thing she gets, some water. So this is, I'm just going to be as real as possible, which I always am. You know, because when you're a chosen one, you got to watch out for things being poisoned and so forth. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm in public right now. She comes here a lot, so I got to make sure, you know what I'm saying? If you're a Jason Bourne fan and any type of spy movie fan, you know, you got to be extra aware of your surroundings. And I'm one of those guys. So the drinks come out. And with drinks, of course. As soon as the drinks came out, in my mind, like James Bond, I wanted to switch them. I was like, we got the same one, why don't we switch them? I was about to pull that maneuver, right? That's the first thing I thought about in my mind's eye. I was like, would that be too obvious if I said that to her? She's like, well, what's wrong? So I was thinking about a creative way of having me taste her drink and shit. And then letting her taste my drink. It's like, do you think this too salty? And do you think this too salty? You know, means the salt on the rim and shit. I just want to make sure we good. You know, I had COVID 2 years ago, so I lost my sense of taste. So I want you to taste that and tell me if it ain't too salty. And if they hesitate, then you know that joint's been Romeo and Juliet. Slide it up to them. They look down at it. That's called reverse the roles real quick. Just reverse the tables. The tables have just been turned. So you slide the drink to them real quick just to see. Hey, test them. Hit them with some story so you just have them see if they're going to test it freely. Because they may have that antidote in their pocket like the Indiana Jones movie. If you know, you know. They're chasing around the floor, the antidote and shit. I think it was the Temple of Doom. Oh, man. It was the second movie that started off like that. It's Indiana Jones and Lost Ark. But yeah, it's either or. If you know, you know. So I was thinking about doing that maneuver, and if she looked down at the drink with her mouth all open, then I was like, all right, bet. I ain't drinking that. So I didn't do that. So I just held the glass and prayed. I was like, all right, make sure this ain't whatever. But, and then as soon as the drinks got done, or set down on the table, the lady, the waitress, she was like, you want to taste it to make sure it's okay? And that's when I extra laughed. I was like, okay, they want me to put the poison in my body if it is poison in my body real quick so they can see me enjoy that shit. And I hit her with the curveball. I was like, nah, I'm good right now. I'm just going to chill and grab the water. He said, water's water, but it can still be bada bing. But water's more transparent so you can see. But they got some transparent shit out here, so you know. But your angels are with you. I was like, this guy is very paranoid. You gotta be once you've had a lot of assassination attempts on your ass. We move like the president. So we very careful out on this bitch. So I didn't do that. So I'm speeding it up, but either way, this is how the new, you know what I'm saying? I'm not predictable, so you're gonna love my flow. So I'm going with the flow this season, even more. So I'm holding the glass. I'm like, all right, baby J's, let's hope it's not like the mushroom drink. And they try to poison that bitch like a champion. Whew, baby J's. Hopefully it's no more Dante's and porno. That's exactly what I was about to say. Luncheon. I guess I was thinking about porno. The last few days I've been, hey, baby J's. I need to work on that too. It's bad. Did he just say that? Yes, I did. The belt bucklers. Very proud. It is what it is. Me and the left shoulder working together, so it is what it is. So, bada bings, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So, I guess we're talking about the drink. Oh, yeah, the waters, whatever. Sorry, I was joking, so I was bouncing back and forth a lot. Oh, yeah, like the mushroom drinks, bada bings. I'm like, all right, bet. So, I take the drink of the water first. It's good, drinking it. Doing some more small talk. She asked me, hey, you want to share this food? You want to split a dish? And I'm not really hungry, I gotta, I've been, if you're a smoker, you're a smoker. I smoke first to get my appetite. That's just what it is. I'm working on that, right? So I'm like, shit, I haven't even smoked yet, but they dropped off a bowl of chips and some salsa. So I was like, I don't want to be one of these guys just sitting here and just, drinking the water and chewing ice cubes and looking at everything to see what it is. So I didn't do the switcheroo. I still kept the drink that I was dropped off with to test my faith even more. If God arranged me with this date, it's for a few different reasons. It's to learn a lesson, to see if we're meant to be together, if this is the one. But I already know, I don't want to say this confidently, but I already know who I'm supposed to. It's ironic how I burped. And then I was like, I already know. And then we both burp a lot. If you know, you know. Synchronistic. So I was being tested for a few different reasons. Thank you, Spirit Team. To get my ass out of hermit mode more, to get used to being around the public, to socialize, because we put that socializing bug on the coat rack a few years ago, ever since this digital age came out and COVID came out and there's all this other shit. And everybody just got on this digital DoorDash, Grubhub, and nobody wanted to be in public anymore. It was just crazy. Everybody was doing Zoom weddings and Zoom birthdays and Zoom Zoom everything. Zoom fuck parties. All right, man, pull your dick out. And yeah, pull your pants down, baby. And they dry humping their phone screens. I've never seen an age. I got so digitalized. I was like, baby J's. People wearing meta glasses with no shorts or drawers on, just walking around their apartments and just bumping their walls and shit because they living in that fucking Lawnmower Man world. If you know, you know. The Lawnmower Man movie. So they walk around stroking out shit. It's terrible, looking like some cyberpunk shit. So yeah, the age we're living in and people buying sex robots and all types of shit. Now the robots can have babies and shit. I mean, this world is going cray-cray. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy out in this bitch. If you know, you know. On Christmas specials. Or the third one. Either or, if you know, you know. So, I get brave enough and I take a sip with the straw. There's a straw. I take a sip. I was like, oh, come on. Yeah, whatever. And I start getting like tipsy real quick. Because I remember back in the day, I went out on this one fucking date with a shorty. And I swear to God, she Mickey'd my ass. Because I was a Long Island drinker back in the day. I used to drink Long Islands. And I met her at this one spot. And I got like 2 Long Islands or 1 Long Island. I met her around like 5 p.m. I got a Long Island. She was drinking. And then I went to the bathroom. And then I blacked out. Like, the sun was up, right? And then I went to the bathroom a few times. And then, like, the second time I went there to the bathroom, I don't remember much. And then I came out the bathroom, and it was, like, nighttime, and the shorty was gone. I was like, where'd she go? And then the bartender was like, yeah, she left. And there was, like, a lapse of memory. I was like, I'm not a novice drinker, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a lightweight at all. So I know damn well off of 2 Long Island iced tea, I didn't just black out. So whatever, that was another situation. So since that situation happened back in the day, I'm more privy to, you know, when you're out in public and drinks and all types of shit, you know what I mean? Make sure you watch them make your drink, watch the cook make your food if you have that privilege, right? That's why I highly recommend just make your own shit, right? And that's what it's going to be for me. But I detested it. I was like, all right, God's put me out here to get used to just being in the operating field again. So I took another sip of the straw, and then I just started feeling even more tipsy. And then my instincts was like, you know what, Zoe, wrap this joint up. And the food just got brought out there. And she's sitting there texting. She's like, oh, my girlfriend Heather may come. So I'm sitting there too. Kind of skipped over some parts though, but when she said her girlfriend Heather is coming, and some of the questions she was asking me, and some of the stories she was talking about, to keep her, you know, to keep her privacy, you know, secured, which is fair for me to do. That's why I'm just dropping characteristics on this, because she's a sweet lady. But just to get to it, the story was way too similar to mine, and Agent was just ringing in my head all day. Like the things she was saying, because I wasn't saying much at all. Just some of the things she was saying. Just talking about spirituality, just, oh yeah, spirituality and abundance, and just some keywords and certain things she was dropping. It just said it was the Alphabet Boys all day, just studying me and just watching me closely. So my instinct and my Al Bundy spirit is like, it's time to wrap it up. So, and he brought out some dishes that was dirty too. I had to sit in the back like, look at this fork. I had some dried up pasta on this bitch. Oh hell no. And the plates had some dried up tomatoes on. I was like, oh, okay, this is a sign that you gotta get the fuck out of here. It's not even sanitary. And I used to work in the restaurant industry back in the day. So yeah, we definitely stayed on top of cleaning our silverware. It's sanitary, right? So I saw that and there's more red flags. And then on that umbrella that was in front of me had the number 88 on it too. The umbrella was split, and there was 2 8s on each side. I was like, all right, bet. So that was the first inclination to take a sip of the drink. I was like, all right, bet. See my numbers, all right, I guess it's safe, right? But it didn't necessarily mean that. So by the second sip, and by what she was saying, I was like, she's an agent. Unfortunately, just studying me some fucking Truman Show shit once again, and my body didn't feel right. You know what I mean? When I'm open with somebody, I'm gonna sit there and open. Oh yeah, hell yeah, and just it didn't feel right. And then when she texted me earlier, yeah, I just want to know your story. So I was like, okay, all right, bet it's time for relocations. It's relocation time. So I mean, everything's cosmically happening in divine time, but it's just it's crazy out here. But I'm glad I actually took that Peter step of faith and walked on the water and attempted to go on a date. You know what I mean? And yeah, I got home and I was like, thank God I didn't drink that whole margarita, because if I'm feeling like that off of 2 sips and it was an empty stomach because I didn't really eat, I was eating some candy corn because I was like, I've been getting some good fucking rest. So I've been getting up like the Undertaker and shit and going to my snack area and grabbing candy corn. I'll be getting up and laughing. I'm like, yo, I got the munchies like a motherfucker, yo. I just want to eat some candy or some cookies. It's terrible. So I think Bray did a video earlier last week or something talking about like our bodies are full of shit and parasites in our bodies take over how we think and so forth, and that's so fucking true. You know what I mean? So I'm working on that daily. You know what I mean? Even though for people that are thinking I'm a gatekeeper, I think I said this before. If you know what's going on with our bodies and how it's shifting and changing like rapidly daily, since like the frequencies are changing just like Mother Gaia is, the earth is just, everything's just re-healing since it's been corrupted forever. Everything's been back-ass backwards. Our bodies are going through different shifts and we're literally existing on multiple dimensions all at once. And we're all able to incorporate all of that power and energy within this vessel that we still have as humans. And this is the first time in human history that we've been able to keep this vessel with all of this cosmic shifts and upgrades happening without us spontaneously combusting. It's phenomenal. So we have successfully shifted to the 5D realm, and with our bodies we're capable of stepping into the 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, and realms that's not even numbered yet. That's some of our abilities. We're going to be able to even talk telepathically. A lot of your phones probably has been glitching, right? Yeah, acting up and shit. Wondering why your lives are not starting right away and why it just glitches and boom boom. Because our bodies are starting to affect our old devices. Since we're like basically our telepathic powers are becoming so strong that we're not going to be using our old devices the same way with our fingers. We're just going to have a thought and it's going to pop up. Like the other day I was looking up something and my finger wasn't even on the screen. I forgot what site it was. But I thought about something and the site popped up and I was like, did my finger touch the screen? And I noticed the separation from my thumb to the screen and it changed right after I had it download about our bodies are affecting our phones and our devices because our phones are becoming obsolete and outdated. So like our thoughts are able to manifest even faster. And that's real. My life, I've been... without disclosing too much, I've just been thinking of things and it pops up on my TV or pops up in real life. The same analogy is when you think about a friend and all of a sudden an hour later or a day or sometime that week that friend reaches out to you. I was just thinking about you, same here. That's what I'm talking about, but now this is on steroids. So be careful what you think about. And if you think about something bad, repent real quick. Because our ancestors are out here doing work and making sure that we get everything that we ask. So that's why I highly recommend you keep your energy high vibrating and not low frequency, because you'll get attacked with everything you want to do. Oh, I just wanted that person to be dusty and lacking money and this and that, but damn, it's just opposite. People are crashing out over here. All the stories we're talking about, Alonzo, is just not working. And we keep on doing it regardless, but it's just not working. these high witch covenants are just a surprise. Like his destiny's blocked. We can't get nothing. I don't like this. This has never been seen in like 1500, 1600 years. Like, this is not supposed to happen. We've done this to so many people, hence the FBI is about to bust us anytime, and Bungie broke through our windows. We've been stealing other people's chosen one energy and making them commit suicide, all types of stuff, ciphering their energy and changing their names, false identities, this and it normally works exactly chronologically how we do it. And Alonzo escaped at all costs, and now we're totally embarrassed. Now we're mad again, and let's attempt another robbery, and let's attempt more. Talking shit and see if he'll just give up and crash out and see if he's crazy and see if people are making up stories that I killed people. Crazy. There's people out here that said I died already. They already had their eulogy printed out for me, all types of shit. I was laughing a few weeks. Confirmation bitches. I was laughing. I was like, they already printed my eulogy and shit. I want to see the photo selection. You know what I'm saying? Because, us comedians, you know what I mean? You got to take your pain and turn that bitch into fucking laughter. That's what keeps us alive. I was like, I want to see the photo selection. I want to see what they selected for my eulogy. Confirmation bitches? Because I'd be damned. He said, I died? Confirmation bitches? I'm like, so I died, huh? The shit I'm hearing. Toxic ass people, toxic family. I mean, it's crazy. Shit, my name, confirmation bitch, my name may not confirmation. It's like the fucking Price is Right out here. Just it feels like I'm in a casino in this bitch. There's a whole bunch of slot machines just struck the lottery at once. But yeah, my name that may not even, like everything about me that it possibly falsified. Alonzo Hayes, that's probably a fake name and shit. I could have been adopted. I mean, there's so much shit that's crazy. I mean, you guys are going to hear about in the courtrooms and in the books and the movies and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm already the man as it is. but I find out daily, man, this is a big operation that's going on. There's a lot of people that was betting on the downfall of this guy. A lot of people betting chips. Take my destiny and my fate is crazy. Once again, I have to do the Paulie hands and walk away. And bada bing, bada bing. So we're just in a state of receiving and just being ourselves fully and not worrying about how it's perceived because just we are who we are. There's a major dichotomy between us and the masses. So, just be unique and that's it. You can be the same thing that I'm doing, literally, by just saying, fuck everyone else's opinion and just do you unapologetically. People that support you. People that are going to jock you. It's just got to be flattering. And the people that are doing the most, that are just spiritually against all God's codes, they are being dealt with on a level that we can't even really talk about here, so it'll ruin the surprise. Confirmation bitches. So we don't want to ruin anybody's surprise parties. Get your ass on the ground. It's gonna be a lot of kneecap slappers once I read that newspaper. God damn. It's gonna be a lot of heartbreaks too. It's like, man, damn, that cat was a part of it. I knew he was. I knew that cat was old time. I knew that cat was too. Yeah, that cat wanted me to write my will early. That makes total sense now. Yep, that cat was guilty. Yep, he said, are you going to take care of me once you get your money? Yeah, he's guilty. That cat's been guilty. She's definitely guilty. She's been funny. She never called me back. She told me to fuck off. Ran in the awkwardest times. Okay, by the big, all right, that job went through and sour. And after they promised it would be right, seemed like everything was always flaking right when the promise was supposed to be fulfilled. That is some Truman Show stage shit. That is some psychological warfare shit. That is some isolation shit that just wants you to get you so crazy that you lose hope and connection with everybody. But they keep on forgetting that God hired me, so who the fuck is going to fire me? God is all I need. If I had to count the real friends of my hand, it'll probably be like this. Bada bing, bada bingies. Maybe 4 if hey, right? But basically, God is all I need because God is always keep me ahead of the game. Because everybody else, a lot of people, not being blanket statement type of guy. I don't want to say everybody, But if you know who you are. If you fit the demon characteristics, you're on demon time. Bada bing. So you know who you are. If you're on God time, then you know who you are. So it really doesn't matter. You see ahead of time, you see who's going to support you, who's not going to support you, but you just got to stay with the mission. You got to be patient as shit. As soon as I got the text message to go out on a date, I laughed. I was like, this is exactly the premonition that I had. But at the same time, I communicated a few days ago with I'm just being respectful, so I was going to drop some names, but I'm not. I made a mistake last time I did that. So I hollered at who I wanted to talk to. And I let her know, bada bing, when I let her know. And then she communicated back saying what she said. So I was like, all right, bet. You know, betskis. You know, the key word is patience. So I was like, all right, babies. More patience. So when that date came out, I was like, all right, well, I mean, fuck. I mean, I got to go with the flow, see what it is. And that's another thing, too. I'm not dimming my light for anything, but I'm going to be smart and operate, you know what I mean? You know how many backs I want to break right now, how many backs I've been wanting to break, but I'm being good. I'm keeping my energy within. Because I'm at that precipice now that the next chapter is going to be for legacy shit. You know what I mean? Bada bing. So I'm getting better with that. And I'm just ready for that new chapter. And I've been so ready for so long that when I hear the word be more patient, it gets your eye twitching a little bit. Because like, damn, how much more, God, do we have to wait, right? But then my collective reminds me and everybody else reminds me. You just gotta be patient, faith. I know this. I'm not even saying that to be funny. It's just, that is really the formula right there. And the more patient you are in the unknown, then you see the miracles happen, and then you just scratch. I'm like, I literally got a letter with some more good news. I was like, how the fuck did this happen? And I reminded, oh God. Because logically, it would not make sense how that happened. It wouldn't. I even went through the protocol and the steps I did. I was like, I went through that protocol, bada bing, and they bada bing, then now bada bing, then now bada bing, oh, bada bing. Bada bingy. Samuel Davis Jr. face. Oh, bada bingy. If you know, you know. So I was like, all right, bet. I was thinking about it for a few times. Like, did I forget the process? No, this is the hands of God. So it's like literally when you take your hands off the steering wheel, magic even happens faster versus you being a control freak. So we're almost 50 minutes in. I'm about to wrap this up. I didn't want it to be this long, but it was one of those raw Al Bundy videos. Eddie Murphy videos, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, it had to come out. So now even more tests come out. When you're close to something, the devil wants to play even more games. Hey, come on, can you sniff my panties? Come on, do this. Come on, please. I love you too. I love you. Can I get some money? I would be your baby cakes. My baby cake's my baby cakes, and she knows. So when I said that, I wasn't throwing shots at her. She's good. She's protected. I'm just saying other people that hear that term, they want to use it. But I'm only getting with intuitive people. That's cool with God too. God showed me, it's like, hey, we're not going for the looks no more. We're not going for the cheeks and all this other stuff that you know the devil loves to throw your way and shit, and you sniff it. Oh, let's go that way, and then it's just surface level shit. And that's not for every lady, but it's just like, I'm looking for the whole package. You know what I mean? Like, I come home like Brittany the Cosmic Wifey was talking about. When she comes home, or vice versa, when her husband comes home from a long day of work, she wants to be the wife of love and support when he gets home, because she brought up another good point. When you get home or whenever you meet your significant other, the first 5 minutes dictates how the rest of the night or the day is going to go. It's the same thing when you have your grand rising. If you have a grand rising vibrating on a high frequency of love, and you put in motion of how you want to set your intentions and how you want to carry your energies at each room, props to Elizabeth Carlson, how you dictate yourself and what energies you're going to bring into each room. If you do that, then that's going to dictate how your day is going to flow if you have the intention set. But if you get up and you're angry and you're upset and you go to social media right away, and then you enter the world of chaos when you didn't even let your mind properly rest and give praise to the high and mighty, the divineness, God, and you ask God to navigate your way properly and safely protect yourself and your family members and everything that you love and own away from the devil's hands and sabotaging energies and two-faced people, then God will do that. You ask, you shall receive. You seek, you shall find. It's that simple. And God will give you the serenity to know the difference between things you can change and the strength to deal with certain obstacles, and the knowledge, if I said that correctly, to know the difference between the two, right? Because we can't do everything on our own. So at our weakest point is when God becomes her strongest, or his strongest, however you want to believe in God, right? The forces that be. And so for us control freaks, we're like, shit, I don't want to get weak. We've been battling for our whole life. You know what I'm saying? We're used to that, and that's normalized actions that can be changed by doing the proper shadow work. So before I forget, Brittany, the Cosmic Wifey, was talking about that's true love, is when you show respect for your significant other and give them the love they desire when they get home, and not just snap at them and argue. You know, be that supporting, loving figure for your significant other. And that's what I'm looking for. You know, I'm having more dreams. I'm having more dreams of me and my significant other, just how our nights would be, our days would be, and our children would be, and so forth. It's the power of our imagination. It's very crucial too. But if this video happens to cut out, you get the gist. Just be yourself, stay loving, and be as open as possible, even though you need your courage. You know what I mean? If you're who you are and you're just magnetic and you're jovial, be that person on camera. If you want to be an influencer or whatever, just be like that daily. It doesn't have to have a camera on you or not, because God's watching the whole show. So that's what I want, and I'm using my imagination more to like magnetize my significant other without rushing it. But at the same time, being honest is like, I don't want to have idle hands and then my dick wants some pussy. This is no filter, so you should have had your kids off the room. I was surprised how easy I said that, but there's a new Zoe, so I'm not going to worry about what comes out no more. Yeah, we're just going to let it flow so I can be as real as possible. At the same time, remind myself to operate off the foundation of love and off the foundation of God, which God is love. So I don't want to be a foul-mouthed person. That's not my agenda. So yeah, like that's things I'm scared of. It's like, man, shit. Hence, I was watching porno a few days ago, but sometimes it builds up. It's like, God damn, man, I want to call some cheeks up right now. And then you go through your old Rolodex, but I'm deleting a lot of those numbers. Like, I got to delete this shit. I got to get rid of old numbers. I don't want to be tempted because I want to squeeze some cheeks to call some old shit back. So God just reminds me, be faithful. You held out this long. I was like, fucking baby J's, it's just more fucking waiting. So, you know, we're all going through different levels and everything. So it's a fun journey. It's challenging, but anything's possible once you ask God for the assistance and find ways to channel your creative energy versus busting nuts or looking for some ass, right? That's just bottom line. Not to be respectful, I'm just getting to the point. But we're going to wrap it up. I love you. We're almost 50 minutes into an hour. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Oh, last note. The cabal is over. The old elite system, how the monetary system was being ran and how we were kept in debt and scarcity. There's a new form there's a new economic system that is going to be called tokenization. And it's a quantum system that has been used on other planets for eons that rewards those that put out, basically the quantum tokenization system rewards people, and it's an honest system too, rewards people off the good energy you put out. It's all based off energy. That's basically what it is. So nobody's broke, no one's poor. It's just like, it's based off energy. It's not monetary, it's not paper, it's not controlled and being able to be printed out and give one sector more money than the other sector. It's like, if you're a good vibrating human being or whatever species you are on that planet, the quantum tokenization system rewards everybody based off of their energy. And so nobody can stop that. And that is being worked on behind the scenes due to the Galactic Federation of Light and Atlas 3I that's been hovering in our atmosphere for quite some time. It's noticed how the human civilization has raised its frequency and consciousness to the state that is ready to transition into the new Earth, which is now, so we can communicate with other cosmic planets and our cousins and so forth, because we're beyond the threshold of nuclear. I think it's beyond the nuclear threshold, means that a lot of us humans are more in a state of love versus destruction and war. We can use nuclear energy for positiveness versus negativeness and destruction. But I love you. That'll be another time for another topic. I just wanted to drop that for these people that may think I'm a gatekeeper. But there's a lot of great things happening behind the scenes, a lot of new medical devices that our cousins from different cosmos that are bringing down, that's going to eradicate big pharma and their fake pills and all this other stuff. Trust me, we're living in a utopia that people will be amazed at once you see the tangible objects and how this earth will shift like overnight, and how our planet could have been like this eons ago, but the corrupt reptilians and elite people wanted to keep us in scarcity and debt to feed off of our fear, because that's their food source. But I love you. Follow Rashid Jamal, Cosmic University of Cosmic Intelligence, to get more esoteric knowledge on how everything works and so forth. If I lost you at how tokenization works and different planets and different species, the reptilians controlling the government, and who we are and our DEA versus DNA, all that. Rashid Jamal, he's the professional. Go to him. He will break down. He got videos for years that will break down everything that not everything I talk about. You see, if you want to know about who you are, Rashid Jamal is your teacher. I love each and every one of you. You take care. Stay positive. Stay loving. And our better days coming. Take care. Collective.